Hey everyone, it's Yolanda. I want to just warn you really quick, if you hear this weird sound on the camera, it's my fan. It's the microphone picking up my fan. I had to refilm it because it was really loud in the position that I was filming before. So anyways, I haven't been crafting too much. I kind of just been busy with the kids and work and summer and getting ready for school that it kind of lost my mojo. So I had watched a video that Monica here on YouTube, she's Bcdoula. I watched a video that she had uploaded. There's 2 parts, and she was actually inspired by a fellow YouTuber, Jenniebellie, to create a handmade journal out of recycled products. So I will link you to both of their channels and to the videos that I'm talking about. And so anyways, I was really inspired and wanted to give it a try. So I'm not going to like explain, show the whole thing how I did this, just because their videos are really good and it would just be repeating myself. But I will tell you that I used a Cheez box that I had in my cupboard, and it's a really great way to recycle and repurpose stuff instead of throwing it out. I've used a line of paper by Crate Paper. It's called the Paper Hearts collection. It's my spine in the back. Inside on these covers, it's just craft paper. It's the Michael's Recollection brand. And what I covered the Cheez-It box with is pattern tissue paper. The pattern, like the paper that you cut up when you're going to sew. And I've just covered the whole entire thing, front and back, and then this paper right here is what covered like the inside of the Cheez-It box. And I have my signatures all ready to go. This is the part that was getting me a little nervous. I have to sew them and do that stuff, so I have them ready to go. I have 4 signatures with 5 different pieces of paper in each, so that'll give me 40 sheets in my journal. So I'm going to get busy and come back. I will show you this put together, and then I'll come back again and show you the entire completed project. So thanks to them, I got my mojo going. It's revving up. So come back, let's see how this turns out. Alright guys, I'm back with my signatures sewn in, and I really like how this came out. It being my first one, of course, I had to try it and then see what I might like to change or do, a little different. But I really love how it came out. It was really neat. It was easy, and the great tutorial that Monica did, and also Jenniebellie. Monica got inspired by Jenniebellie's recycled art journal videos. So anyways, I've used Nina paper. Oops, sorry, trying to do this without a tripod. I have to get up and make the kids some breakfast, and I said I better, before I start embellishing, because I almost forgot to film this part, I figured I better make the video real quick. So I just took craft paper, some of the pattern paper from that Crate Paper Hearts collection, some Nina cardstock, a couple of shorter pieces of cardstock, and an envelope, some envelopes. And I made 4 signatures, 5 sheets in each, so once they're folded in half, that's 10. So 10 times 4, I have 40 sheets to embellish and work on. But it's amazing. Look at that. It's so cool. And what I was even thinking is, since I have like so much room right here and where the spine is at, maybe put a little piece of Velcro and put a pin. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm just barely starting to embellish, but I wanted you to see how it came out. It looks really neat. I love it. It's super cool. On the spine, I'm going to, when I'm all done, I'm going to wrap pieces of ribbon and fabric to cover all of this. I'll cut these down, and then I'll just slide them underneath and then cover this whole spine right here. So I think it's really going to turn out great. But in the end of this video, after I'm going to get to embellishing, and then at the end I'm going to redo another box and show you like how I did it, and then maybe give you some tips on what I think I might try different next time. But I will show you the inside front cover. It's a library pocket that I got from Candace. She, here on YouTube, she's KNC Lodge. And in a swap I was in with her, she sent me a library pocket, so I knew as soon as I started making this book, I knew what I wanted to use. And then she also included a library card, so that's right there. And I just inked it up just a little bit, and then I stamped on it with this stamp right here. It's a Michael's. It was like a ditto, not like a ditto. I hate when I say that. It's a ditto stamp. And then this image right here is from Cat's Life Press, and look at that, I love it. I gotta stay still. It says "Go Girl," and it has a little girl on it with some writing on the side with the definition of girl. And it doesn't have a number on it, but it's by Cat's Life Press. They have great stamps. You have to check them out. So anyways, that's my inside cover. Oh wait, sorry. I thought my camera it wasn't autofocusing anymore, but I see that it is. I'm going to put that little flower right there. I'm just waiting for my glue gun to heat up. So, alright, come back. I'm going to show you the embellished journal. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet, but I have a thought in mind, and maybe I'll share that with you guys. So, come back, and then, like I said, I'll give you tips on what I think I'm going to do differently next time. So, come back and check it out. Bye. Alright guys, I'm back with my journal. It's done with the exception of the cover, just because I don't know if I'm going to keep this or give it away. I'm not sure. I had an idea what I wanted to do, but anyways, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for the inspiration to hit for the cover. So I'll start with the outside. This is what I did to the binding, where all those all that cotton twine was. I just covered it up with a bunch of ribbon goodness, scraps of fabric, rosette trim, twill tape, tulle, Stampin' Up, real thick grain ribbon, strips of muslin, and more rosette trim just in a different color, pretty lace, and just kind of mixed it up. So I'll go through this really quick. I think I already showed you this. Yeah, I did. This is the inside front cover, and I guess that's where I'll make my little note about what it's for. And so I just kept it really simple. I just stamped the date on a lot of the pages. These little pockets that were from the envelope, I just covered with paper, and I either inserted a strip of cardstock for journaling or tags. So I was really honestly trying to not go too crazy, so that way whoever gets it can just fill it up with what they want. Some of the pages I just left blank, like I alternated between stamping the date stamp and leaving it blank, and then stamping this stamp. It's a Cat's Life Press stamp also, and it has the months of the year, the numbers 1 through 31, a note, and the spot for the year. So you can journal right here and then write a little note and circle the date. This is a Cat's Life Press stamp also. It says notes from today. I just stamped it on some more of the pattern paper left over and punched it out and glued it down. That's just a strip of scrap pattern paper that I had, and that's it. That's all I did. This is a punch, that little tiny library pocket punch, and out of the leftover pieces that I trimmed off of the tags that were too long, I cut it up and stamped date on it and used that as a little tag to fit in the little pocket. And then again, I just stamped the date up here. Here's a pocket with 3 tags. Some have lined and some don't. Just really easy, simple to write. You could put a picture right here. This one I stamped that month stamp on the side. I did add tabs. I added one tab for each, the first page of each signature, and didn't put anything on it. This one that says quotes from today, I hung it off the side so you could see it when the book's closed. More tags to just say date, and just blank. More that says date. Just added a little flower up on here. Some of them I rounded the corners and some of them I didn't. Another another stamp down here on the bottom. This one I wanted to use up some of this paper, so I have the pocket right here where you can journal, and then I cut a strip and I border punched it and only taped the sides to form another pocket for the tags to fit in. And just blank. More space for writing, more tags. Oh, this I did, I cut more of the leftover tag into a little banner piece and stamped date, and I stapled it on there. And I put a little tab on this sheet. I took my cloud punch, punched it out, stamped date, blank, another date, like a little banner. Okay, I'm going to come right back. I think I'm burning my food in the kitchen. Hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry. I'm filming in the kitchen so that I can cook dinner before I get ready for work and do this at the same time. My son took all 4 of the kids, he took them to the park and out to eat. So I am trying to kill like 15 birds with one stone. So anyways, I'm cooking millet for the first time. It's supposed to be really, really good for you. It's really high in iron, and I'm extremely anemic. So, and I really try to stay away from, well, no, I don't try to stay away from supplements. I do take them, but I'm trying to get a lot of iron out of my food. So anyways, I heard it kind of sizzling over here. It looks really good. Okay, anyways, I did another quote from today right here, and this is a stamp. It's a recollection stamp set. I hadn't used it. Cracked it open, and it has a please sign and date, and it has a little hand with a pin. And then just blank. Oh, here's another cloud. I didn't put anything on here. You can see the lines that I stamped on the little card. And I put paper back here. Blank. Blank. Another cloud. I wanted to use up the strip of red that I had, and I just added the edging with the punch, and I glued it down. This one, I used up some more of the pattern paper. This is a little recollection felt flower. I did that on the envelope pocket and just added tags. And stamped that calendar stamp again right here on the bottom. And blank, added pattern paper. This, I put pattern paper on the back, left it empty on the front, and then just added a little card for journaling with the tab. And this is one of the die cuts that came in the paper collection. I really like the flower. I just taped it down along the outside to make a pocket so these tags would fit in there, and then also stamped some lines up there for journaling. And then, oh, let me turn the timer off. Hold on. Okay. And then blank, another cloud, and blank and blank. And then back here, what I'm going to do is take a bigger envelope, maybe like a coin envelope, and adhere it down and leave spots for like little things you want to save that maybe you don't have a chance to put into your book yet. Just a pocket, just something to store extra stuff, because there's plenty of room, as you can see. So you have plenty of room front and back too, and then, you know, it's pretty chunky. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have to decide what I'm going to do at the front, but I just love this idea of making your own book. I was watching Monica's video right now of the one she made for her mom, and great minds think alike, because she did exactly what I had thought I was going to do, and I'm glad she shared it. Since these spines are kind of wide, you could actually do 2 sets of holes. I'm trying to hold this in a funny angle. Do 2 sets of holes and run your signatures, like maybe do 2 on one side and 2 on the other set of holes, so that way they're spaced out a little further instead of being so close and giving that little bowed look, which I don't mind it, but you can definitely fit more in there if you do it that way. So, okay, come back. I'm gonna, well, actually, yeah, come back in this last part of the video. I'm just gonna show you another box that I'm gonna work on and just kind of show you how I started this one. Okay, so come back. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Still in the kitchen. Now I'm gonna start cooking my chicken. So you should see me. I'm like standing on one side of the counter, and right behind me I have my pan heating up so I can cook my dinner. I'm definitely using the most of my time while these kiddos are out. Alright, so this is a box of orzo. Was a box of orzo. I love orzo. If you haven't tried it, you should make it. It's good. Anyways, so the box was all closed up, you know, like how the boxes come. Like that. And I just opened it up flat. And I like what Jenniebellie says to do is to not cut off these flaps because they definitely reinforce your homemade book. So what oh, let me get some scissors. Hold on, sorry. I'm in the kitchen without craft supplies, just kitchen supplies. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I was already kind of monkeying with it, I'm going to cut off just these flaps right here because I'll show you. If you save all the flaps, these for some reason are super chunky in this book, but won't fold over very well. But let me tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to trim off these little tabs. And I like this size of book. This box is a really cute little, it's going to be a cute little square book. So you should have seen me looking through my cupboard of what could I use up. And then, you know, I just cleaned up my edges, like whatever I had that was hanging off. That's what I did. So, you know, extra paper that kind of got torn up. Sometimes the boxes have like little spots of glue where they were sealed. Okay. And then I just used really strong tape. I used some score tape and taped all around the flaps and then folded them in like this. Okay, folded. This one I'll probably have to fold in first and then put that down. And then this one I might have to fold in first and then do it down like that. Yeah. Okay. So just pretend I've taped everything down. Okay. And let's see if this will stay. And then there you have your little book, your beginning of your little book. See? It's not staying down all the way because I have to tape it. Anyways, okay, so it's all taped. Look at that great spine. It's perfect. And by taping down these tabs, you definitely reinforce it. Okay, then what I did is I took patterned tissue paper, and on my Cheez-It box I did 3 layers. So I just cut a big piece. I know Jenniebellie paints hers, but I like to start with like a paper cover and then just add on. So I just cut myself a piece. We'll just pretend this is what I'm going to do with this one. Cut a piece, you know, pretty big for this to fit on top, and then I just start, well, I've already taped these down like I said, and then I just cover it with some either gel medium or paper Mod Podge, any type of Mod Podge. I'll tell you, if you do the gel medium, and my camera's going to die, if you do the gel medium and then you go back and distress over it, you don't get a good, it doesn't seal. Okay, my camera's going to die. Let me change my battery. Okay, sorry. I saw the light. I just happened to look over and the little low battery thing was flashing. So anyways, if you use gel medium, I've noticed in the past with projects that when you go over to distress afterwards, like use your Tim Holt things, they don't dry. Like you could still rub them off. So I found with the Mod Podge that you don't have that issue. So anyways, I just use the paper Mod Podge. Use any glue you want, really. And then like I said, I just cut a piece and spread it on with a brush and then slap down the pattern paper, the tissue paper, and then I use my brayer to smooth it out and cover the whole front, and then, you know, I have it like this, cover the whole front, flip it over, and then add it, cover. And I don't cover the whole entire thing because I'm going to cover this section with pattern paper, so I don't care if this whole middle section gets covered or not. And then, you know, fold over my corners and just cover it, and I do that 3 times. And I'm not worried about this being a window because a piece of pattern paper is going to go there. But I'll have a cute little book. Won't that be a cute little size? Look at that. I love it. It's a cute little size. So anyways, and then like I said, what Monica did in this last journal that she made was she did 2 sets of holes running down the spine, so one on each side, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then that way you fit your signatures in there. I'm thinking I'm going to do that with this and be able to fit 4 all together, but spaced out a little further apart. So anyways, thanks for the great idea, Jenniebellie. Thanks, Monica, for your awesome tutorial, because I was so super inspired, as you can tell. So anyways, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave me a message, okay? I'm going to get back to cooking. Bye.